So, Neil pretty much the star of the Elite Series last season. Let's see if he can deliver the same hype he did.
Oh, he's got some little notes there.
Oh,
Neil's
really?
come prepared.
This is new. What's
right,
this?
Go beat.
Don't get us started on that. Anyway.
If we lose beat, go ahead. Cheers, Neil. We got it.
Oh, dear. Going to be the pistol round now, round number 1. So, who's buying the utility on the side of Infused? It's going to be Zed. Going to be buying the smoke double flashbang as well. And of course, for EnVyUs, Pedescal being the support player for the French side, opting to go for the double flashbang smoke as well. Fast play towards drop here.
Oh, straight through drop. It's a classic strategy. I've seen it before many a time in my day. Snugs as they push their way through, but Agi falls short. Mick will snipe him. It's a double for Mick. Eventually, Jax will come in to attempt to save the day, but is it a little bit too late?
Fry one now alone towards the A side, towards Wood. Does find the first player, but that's all there is. It's going to be one player alone towards A.
Oh, Petty's going close range combat, overwhelmed with the sheer numbers that Infused have thrown at him. Jax as well, tapping down the trigger. We'll get these tags out, but you can see he's panicking with the faces. We'll have to overextend. Aaron will execute him. It's all on Lambert, but he's not alive for long. A double kill from Aaron, and Infused get the opening pistol.
1-0 now. The play from EnVyUs, they have control of drop, they jump out of windows somehow, some way. In that scenario, for MCK, he's caught out position, but he's backed up by his raw skill. He lands those 2 headshots. And from there, they will claim the round. Infused winning a critical one at that. Ezio thinks Infused is going to win, and if, in my opinion, if the English side is going to win this game, they have to win potentially both pistols and early gun rounds. We've seen what happens when their money goes low, when they try and work with little utility and just pure firepower. It isn't enough. It wasn't enough versus Endpoint, and arguably you're going to be putting EnVyUs above Endpoint, so
Yes, exactly. Set themselves up those nods for another one of these plays towards the B-bomb site. This time around, they're going to go for the brute force burst through, see if they can slip in. Aaron, normally very naughty from this close range angle. He'll hide in, play anti-flash, and then just mow them down from the rear. They never expect it. He was always loving it. He's up to his old tricks every time. Aaron going huge there as the hat trick comes through. Infused, only 1 casualty into the round, but he's paid that off with the amount of kills he got with his SMG.
The bomb was planted in round number 1. Bomb goes down. But still, EnVyUs Academy, they went for a force buy. You can hear Zed as well asking the question, are they on eco? The reason being is, typically what happens is, well, T side, they get the bomb down, round number 1, they save round number 2, and they buy into round number 3, this round here. Thing is, EnVyUs decided to take a high risk, high reward. If they won that round, so they break the CT column, but instead, they've just entered themselves, and Zed's going to be met by a lot of our opponents. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Zed's looking crisp right now. Somehow stays alive as well. And Aaron finds the final 2 stragglers with the SMG once again.
And that's great for the money. Obviously, if you wanted to be optimal, you'd rather those kills on the SMGs, but nevertheless, you can't really be too disappointed with having 5 players alive in these rounds. Here it comes now, the first buy round though. No AWP for Lambert. Reason being is they went for the full force into round number 2, so it will be 5 AKs for them. How are they going to structure it? EnVyUs, a team that likes to play slow, methodical, take control of the map, and from there, they force executions, they force the enemy's hands, really, just off of pincering the map. Already though, it's going to be MCK and Fry 1 towards the A side. What they can do as well with this is they can have Fry 1 secondary AWP towards A if they need it, and they can have Dances as the primary AWP, do what she's doing right now, which is AWPing towards B. So if they want to, they can bring out the double AWP setup.
Oh, talk about the AWP though. See what Dances can do with it. Obviously very fast, very flashy. And he is going to come in with the opening frag. Shuts down VKL. They want to try and respond towards drop down early as well. Heavy use of Molotovs there as they're attempting to clear it out, and they will make their entry.
But they have no presence towards A or towards B platform at all. Dancy still has the angle of the AWP. Aaron smokes up electric as well, so we can just wait and just see what happens. Oh.
That's a bad miss there for Dancy. He's needed to land the shot, ideally. Allowing Petty's got to get a bit more confidence into this round. Hadji as well slips in, will get 1, but eventually falls. Jackson Lambert traded back, but Mick, he's waiting. Poised and ready. Snartus, he's landing these blows, knocking out everyone in front of him. It's all up to Lambert, the in-game leader. Can he keep this going as he's getting overwhelmed? And Fry will shut him down just in the nick of time. The 4th round goes to Infused, but it's nearly their whole team getting eliminated.
Pistol 1 by Infused. First buy round 1 as well. I mentioned before, keys to victory here for the side in red. Infused, if they want to try and take this upset here, obviously you should be heavily favoring EnVyUs, especially off of past season's performances, but They need the early rounds. This isn't a team where if it goes 0-5, 0-7 down, like a Method or Excel, where they can grind out rounds, where they have the tactical depth. They rely on their firepower and their headshots. And simply put, they need the rounds early on. They cannot fall back onto some strategies. Anyway, the round number 5 now will be the Eco, or the Quasi 5 Kevlar as well for EnVyUs. They're going to go towards drop once again.
Just waiting right now. Heavy aggression has been served up constantly towards drop. They have actually been able to find their way through, though. Let's see if they can slip in once again with these upgraded pistols. It's going to be more of a rough round than we've seen in the past.
Actually close to the season, and Kevlar. Zed. The king of dropping the last one actually takes 20 damage from his teammate Aaron there. Doesn't expect the ricochet.
What if that's an elaborate brain plan, though? Because now they're going to think it's clear because he would have naded his own teammate. Oh, mind games.
Who would have done that? Brain plan. Still there, 50 seconds left. Aaron, though, gets one. Probably going to get a second as well. Actually doesn't. Handle with the trade, and then they can split towards A.
Trying to slip their way through. Zed's waiting by the door here as well, holding connector. He is actually going to try and push in, see if he can spot this one out. Mixing a prime time angle as well. They should very easily be getting knocked down by the mighty Mick. Ooh, only one frag before he's traded back out by VKL. Fry was in position as well to support him. They Molotov the bomb as well, so Lambert and Haji, they're really going to be unable to do too much now.
Boost comes out towards balcony, should be able to catch a player off guard here. Let's see if it works though. But this is going to be Lambert last alive with 20 seconds left.
Oh, pushing straight through. Lambert upgrades to the M4. There's potential into this round, but he had to double face. They both had the angles covered, infused. Another round on the board.
5-0. We saw Endpoint in this exact same scenario in the last map. But they still managed to let it slip later on into the half. Let's see if EnVyUs can keep their composure. Double up now. This is what I was talking about before. Having one up towards the A site, one up towards B, making it so difficult for EnVyUs to really find an impact to open things up to one of the sites. EnVyUs, they're known for their execution style play, so actually the double up setup may not be what's needed. We saw in the last round, the last buy round, the first one of that, the rifles from MCK and Aaron really being the difference maker.
You've got to take it into consideration as well. The last time we saw Infused on this map, they were struggling massively CT half. Now they're looking dominant. If they can do this level of damage CT half, from what we saw when they were playing T previously, it can just be incredible. VKL as well trying to get these entries, hammering away close to getting the headshot on Dances, but he will punish him with the AWP.
Man advantage once again for Infused here. Once more from Dances AWP. Got it towards B platform, and this time he does it exactly the same. EnVyUs now have to recalibrate their aggression towards B as they are the man deficit. Going to be smoking off towards window. We might actually see Haji go through the smoke.
Smoke's going down. He looks like he was contemplating the idea, a little bit worried about who could be waiting behind the smoke though. So we slowed it down for the meantime. Obviously EnVyUs already at a man deficit into this round. They're grouping up. Seems like it will be a burst towards the A-bomb. So a full rotate, in fact.
Issue here for EnVyUs is they're playing very passive. Fry one, if he misses the initial shot here towards A long, it could be very easy here for EnVyUs Academy just to swarm the site. Smoke comes out towards balcony. Oh, sorry, connector. No smoke towards balcony just yet, so the rotations should still be viable.
Spotting mid right now as well. Oh, Mick goes down. He'll at least have a bit of a idea of where they're coming from as he fires over towards Wood. Gets one. There was a tag as well on Jaxi. Re-peeks, but Jax is too powerful. Aaron comes into the scene, though, and it's all on Haji now. In the previous season, Haji was just ridiculous in these sort of scenarios. Cobblestone as well, the map he definitely displayed his skills on. Let's see if he can pick up the win here, though. It's a 1v1. It would need to be a hat-trick for Haji to shut this down. There is an AWP there if he wants to attempt to wield the weapon, just holding close towards the bomb right now. Aaron as well, incredibly calm in these scenarios. He's been through it a million times. He's weathered in these scenarios. Will Haji fall short as he tries to peek out, just going for the pre-fire taps. Time ticking away. Aaron has the kit though. He knows he can just try and play this one out in his favor. No really overextend. He pushes in though. Aaron gets the shot off, grabs a free AWP, gets the defuse. Another round for Infused.
Close but no cigar there from Haji. Isolates the first two players, but in the 1v1, the experience shows there from Aaron. Doesn't force the play. He knows it's the kit and he has 35 seconds to play with, so he waits until the scenario was best fit for him. 6-0 now as EnVyUs come out, all guns blazing as we go into round number 7. It's going to be the AWP single upset this time, actually. Fry one not going to be opting for that. As I said before, if you miss one of those shots, it's very easy to get swarmed on the A side. But it will be 5 AKs from EnVyUs. No AWP into play just yet from Lambert, but the bomb was planted, and they've lost 6 rounds in a row, so they have the maximum loss bonus. They can afford a good buy here. Question is, what are they going to do with it this time?
No. again. A little bit of a slow round. It looks like the EnVyUs as well. All the strategy that they've been trying to throw at Infused, they just don't really know what to do now. They're sort of left in these desperation rounds, assuming to try and go for more of a aggressive burst, just having to rely on them getting entries themselves. It's just not working out for them.
All these grenades thrown towards the A side might be telegraphing what EnVyUs is trying to do, though. You can see, look at this, a two-man rotation from B, leaving Dances alone towards the B side. They have Zed there towards drop, but a three-man defense now from Infused towards A, with a minute left on the clock as well. EnVyUs seems like gonna get cold feet to go towards A. Flash comes out, but unfortunately doesn't blind Petisca, but a good refrag there from MCK.
Yeah, nice trade. Mick as well, just able to slip into the sidelines, hold as this push will come round. Oh, support with the Molotov. You can see Hanji was a little bit confused, wanted to flick over and try and see if he could find where the molly was thrown from. In that moment of doubt, will fall.
EnVyUs trying to smoke off window and try to split the A side. They've only got one player there towards Matrix. Still 30 seconds left. The problem is, if they had more time, they could try and get a pick towards the B side. If not, go back towards A. But you have Dance with the up hold of the angle.
Flashbang comes over. Dancy's went for the pot shot, hoping that he could try and connect towards him. Zed gets one, though, towards drop. There's Dancy's chiming in as well. It's all up to Jax now. If he faces into this, you imagine Dancy should just snipe him down. He's been looking incredibly dominant, and he does so. 7 rounds on the trot for Infused.
Come on, boys, keep it up. Keep going, keep going.
7-0. Infused expected the pause, and I believe they are correct. Lambert right now trying to see if he can recalibrate whatever they're trying to do on their T side. It's not really too characteristic. Well, it is actually. They're trying to play slow and take control of the map. The problem is they're losing these Angels. The last season, you had Hadji and Jax, who are simply a caliber above the rest during the regular season, where they'll repeatedly drop, what, 25 to 30 kills, map after map. Now they're lacking this firepower, and they're trying to fall back on their strategy and tactics. Doesn't seem to be going their way.
You wonder if that's the difference there with the Infused roster as well. The fact there is just more firepower on here. You've got the young talent players like Dancy's. Yeah, there's no Red Snake, who, unfortunately, in Season 1, you know, the raw truth was statistically he was the worst player overall. He wasn't able to find his footing, and he needed to be sort of replaced with this new young blood. Now they can actually go one-to-one in the firefights. Infused are picking up wins.
And he AWPs as well. That's Dancy's. He's taken the mantle and the role as the primary AWPer, which means it takes pressure off of Fry1 to wield it. And now it makes for a lot more cohesive T-sides. And speaking to Aaron as well, he said that the team works a lot better now, overall, aggregately. And he said having an AWPer in CSGO makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, not having to worry about a random player picking it up or switching it out. You can have your dedicated AWPer that you can rely on in those scenarios.
But it's the positions as well. Fry1 wants to have like freedom in what he does. He doesn't have to be forced to play middle on Mirage, B site or A site on Cobblestone. He can play where he wants to. Yeah, exactly. A player like his, player of his caliber has to be forced anyway though. It's going to flash through middle. It's going to be upgraded pistols here and a Mac 10 onto Hadji.
Try and take their fight through mid. Let's see if they can get some success here. They're running straight into the claws of Fry, though. This is not a great position to be in. He can be deadly. He thrives in these sort of scenarios. Let's see if he can pull something out of the bag. Meanwhile, his teammates are doing damage. Petisca will come in with one as well. He just waits it out. He's going to spot out towards wood. There's the headshot that comes through. There's the long-range spray as well. Another round for Infuse.
The control there of the M4, that is a lot more difficult than it looks.
Yeah.
8-0 now. This should be the buy from EnVyUs. What's the call going to be? Try and burst the B side. I feel like that could work. Honestly, if you try and overrun Dancy's AWP, they have 2 players playing towards platform, Aaron and Dancy's. The thing is, though, they usually play 2 towards drop, Aaron helping out Zed. Can they try and find a weakness there? This time they're going to be leaving Fry1 alone towards A, so actually, it seems like Infused are 1 step ahead here. They know that EnVyUs have no chance towards A. MCK and Fry1 are too hot to handle for the side of EnVyUs. But it actually seems like they're going to be going there anyway.
Try and take that mid control as they want to slip their way through. Fry is trapped between a rock and a hard place as well, but he does what he does best. Peeks out, gets that opening kill. That was beautifully done. And the follow-up frag. If he gets even more, that's just ridiculous. Eventually gets punished as he goes down.
But that was through the smoke as well. Fry1 could still be wrecking havoc in another life. Anyway, though, it's going to be 4 versus 3. Man advantage once again for Infused off the back of the early round. I mentioned before, they have the caliber of plays to get the first and second kills. It's around this time where things go a bit pear-shaped. Let's see, versus Endpoint, they were losing these sort of rounds, but they had the advantage early on, and they let it slip into the mid-round. Let's see if they can hold their grasp onto this one, though. Lambert the op trying to see if he can work his magic towards a long. But look at this, 45 seconds left. MCK has a Molotov. Zed has one as well. So if they want to delay the clock even more, they can.
Lambert is making his way in. Oh, he spots out the angle. Nice little contact shot. You thought we actually would have faulted in that scenario, but they pushed their way through. Zed in the backline lurking as per usual. They need to clear this. If they don't, which they don't, they just run straight towards the site. It gives them a free frag. The bomb is now down. Lambert's in a 1v2 where the CTs have no reason to peek towards him, Snots.
Aaron running through a Molotov there to get that kill. Lambert with a nice flick there finds Zed, and now for the 4K he needs to win the 1v1 versus Dance. Sees, but he has the AWP, holds the angle, and of course he doesn't miss that one with 10 seconds left. Lambert forced to try and retrieve the bomb.
I guess you could say Dance's had the upper hand in that one.
That's you know what, mate? That is good. I haven't heard that one before.
Thanks, mate.
No, I'll give you that.
Lambert, a bit sad there, a bit confused.
So, again, Infused get the first and second man advantage. Where is the lead here? The advantage somewhere for EnVyUs at the start of the round. It seems like they simply can't fire back versus the hometown team. Aaron running through a Molotov just to do psychological damage as well to get that kill. It's going to be pistols here and some Kevlar. But we are poised here, Jack, to potentially get to 10-0. Honestly, I don't think anyone here would be expecting it.
No, definitely not. Not in the manner that it's been done as well. These aren't close rounds. A lot of them have been dominant.
Ezio somewhere in the green room probably smirking at his prediction. Darcy's misses the first shot though, but let's see if they can have his team pick up the rest.
They just have no idea of the location of Zed as well, so they're just able to fire into the backline. Easy for Axel. Aaron just punishes everyone. And there's another round. 10 rounds collected now for Infused, at the very least, as they work their way through. Imagine if they get a 15-round half here.
My goodness. Imagine the odds as well, 100 to 1 probably.
Yeah.
If you're a betting man out there. Nevertheless, round number 11, 10-0. Didn't think I'd be saying that with when it is Infused to EnVyUs. And you mentioned before that that Infused should get packed up and ready to go quickly.
Kicked out the door.
But this time it feels like, because they're the ones in...
Neelem's notes, mate.
It's the notes, there you go.
Notes of Neil.
The notes of Neil. A book by Murphy. You know, they're 1 minute. Still the whole clock to play with. Let's see what EnVyUs are going to do. They have full save utility and 5 AKs. Obviously, when you lose so many rounds in a row, you do build up that round loss bonus. They once again have 2 players towards the A site. But time and time again towards A, things slip. Can they try and exploit the B site? That's the thing, though. Infused have Fry 1 alone towards A. MCK is going to be redrawing him now, but the problem is he's at a fast rotation towards connected door. Infused are ready for a B play. They expect EnVyUs to go B.
Molotovs are coming in as they attempt to clear these angles. Just firing off a few pot shots here and there. Once again, the odd fateful location. Drop down. Let's see if they can find success as they will slip their way in. Will Zed and Aaron be able to hold them back this time?
Hadji in towards drop. Jack's trying to mask the footsteps with the spray from the AK, but still dances from the first one to VK towards platform again. For the 3rd time now, Infused off the back of Dance's AWP has the advantage. Question is, can they close this one out?
Hadji needs to land this shot when he peeks through. He has support of his teammates. Flashbang's going to go over to try and aid them a little bit. The pop flash peek. They work their way around, but they just get absolutely annihilated. They cannot take down Aaron just yet. Finally, a couple of kills going to go the way of EnVyUs, but they're in a deficit already. It's a 2 versus 3. Zed just waiting, lurking by the rock. Jax rotating round, but Fry already pre-fires away. It's another round for Infused. 11 rounds back-to-back with no signs of slowing down.
Infused looks scary right now. 11-0 in favor of Infused. I feel like the best of ones really do favor Infused as well. Into the 2nd season, getting this massive upset and having the win for the whole week as well. They got 1 point last week versus Endpoint. If they close this one out and get to 16 rounds and they go to 4, if they can keep this form up for a few more weeks, they could definitely be in a position to potentially go to playoffs.
It's very true. Let's see if that storyline will develop as we continue further into this matchup, though. Dancy's waiting, ready to strike. The first time we've actually seen him miss a vital shot like that. It's Pettiscale and VK able to trade it back, but already the damage has been done. Infused, look like they've got a strong grasp onto this round. Lambert gets into the backline, though.
No smokes once again, though. So once his smoke fades, how on earth is Lambert with a bomb going to try and cross back to the side? Zed is low, that could be the lifeline that EnVyUs need, but there's still 1 minute 15 left on the clock. They're expecting EnVyUs to try and, Infused to peek out for some information. Maybe if a player rotate towards the A side, they can see the back of Aaron. But now there's a player towards Chicken Coop. Spots out one, Peterskel and Lambert chiming together, leaving Zed at the 1 versus 2. He has low HP as well.
George Bear, will he be able to rip his way through the opposition into this one? A 1v2 scenario, the bomb is not down. He's going to peek out, wants to try and get into a better vantage point. If he just plays for time here a little bit as well and just scopes out the round, maybe there's potential, but he dry faces it. Peterskel had the angle covered. EnVyUs get round number 1 on the board. A much needed round at that.
They're going to need a lot more than 1 though, Jack. Especially right now where their money is in a position to be broken and reset. Across the board once the buy comes in, you can see Lambert being the richest player right now in EnVyUs. 2.4k. No one else has money to buy up if Infused win this round, and in current form it's likely that they will do. If this goes 12-1, they reset the money for EnVyUs. This could be a 14-1 half here. Something I don't think anybody could have ever expected.
Smoke's coming through. Line of sight on the site being completely divided. The CT's forced to bend a little bit, restructure this defense as the push comes round. Look at this, the amount of map control they've been taken as well. Mick wasn't ready for this, but luckily Fry strikes in the rear, takes down Jax. There is a player on A though. The call should have been made. They know this is going to be a play towards A.
Fry 1 gets split out towards Wood, trying to get spammed, and unfortunately MCK from behind will eventually go down. Zed finds 1, into a 4 versus 3. That's such a pivotal kill as Lambert finds it. Hadji from behind as well. We're going to kill onto Dances. It's a 3 versus 2, the man advantage as the bomb is being planted.
Look at this, they're just going for the play as well. Zedenko just going to sprint straight towards VKL. They don't get the frag. It's all on Aaron. He gets 1. 2 more players remain. They are far away. He has time. He has the kit. He can try and jump on it in a little bit, but he needs to force out the phase. It's not planted in a favorable location for him as he needs to try and tap the bomb to draw fire his way. Looks a little bit panicked right now as he will tap on the bomb. Knows the location of Lambert, doesn't want to do anything too crazy just yet as he spams down, gets the first frag, doesn't know the location of Hadji, and he picks up the win.
Did not expect 2 players there to be towards A long, and it will go 11-2. A much needed round at that. Then again, only 1 player staying alive, so the money is still low for EnVyUs. Then again, same can be said for Infused, who are broke as well if they lose this one. EnVyUs, if they lose this round, this could be a 30-2 half. If they win it though, and Infused money's broke, this could be 11-4, and suddenly you have something to work with, and they have a chance. We saw last week versus Reason, they went heavily in a deficit early on. I believe it was a 10-5 or a 9-6 in favor of Reason Gaming, but somehow, someway, EnVyUs managed to claw it back. If there's one team that can grind out the remaining of this game, it's definitely going to be EnVyUs. So even though Infused have the advantage, they have to really run away with it still.
Right now, just playing it slow. It is going to be that B play. It's the only place they've really found too much success, ideally, in getting the entries. Is it going to work out for them again, though? The buy on Infused is lackluster. It's not all together. They just grabbed whatever they could find, essentially, going into this one.
Molotov should flush out Zed. Actually, it doesn't go deep enough. Oh, it will. And he will take a lot of damage from that. Down to 50. And with the M4 once again towards Tree. There's about 1 player there towards Drop. They haven't seen the bomb just yet, so they have no real information. Now they lose 2. Somehow, some way, Hadji finds 2.
Yeah, no trade back there as well. Dances couldn't get the shots off in time from the CZ. Aaron looks like he wants to risk it, but Hadji, a further entry towards B. Looking a bit more like the man we know and love on the side of EnVyUs right now.
Fry and MCK both have rifles into this one. 30 seconds left, and MCK is resituated himself as well towards platform. This could definitely catch EnVyUs off guard.
Oh, Mick, for the timing, they spot it out though, they clear it. Peterskel connects the headshot, and it's just left on Fry. He needs to just save it at this point.
Well-timed flash there. Catches MCK in transition, trying to go towards the cubby. Imagine if he got to cubby, right? And they jump out, they plant the bomb. If he gets 2 kills and he leaves Fry 1 in a 1 versus 2, Fry 1's definitely a player that could win that. Anyway, they will go to the final round. It's going to be 11-3. Still an incredible half here from Infused. Initially having an 11-0 advantage. The only issue here is what stability, what consistency is there for Infused? Yes, they have the incredible firepower, but in the second half, once they're forced onto their T side, and they're the ones that have to make the plays. It's not as if players are walking into Fry 1's crosshair, right? Or Dance's AWP. They have to find the kills themselves.
He gets through unscathed though. Isn't going to lose that M4, so at least they didn't locate him on the hunt. EnVyUs, marginally better from what we saw. Obviously, they're starting to connect rounds together. They're at least getting some kind of momentum going. But even then, they need to win this half essentially flawless from this point and get an opening pistol because they have just such little of a buffer to aid them. Snods. 3 rounds is not enough.
Jack's down 4 kills. Last season he was, I believe he was your MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely need him to wake up in the second half. Infused here with a decent buy. 1-4, 3 UMPs and a deagle. I say decent, not really the best in this regard. Fry1 going to be pushing the mid smoke here. He knows that EnVyUs have had found so much success towards B. Trying to get a bit cheeky there, but unfortunately for EnVyUs, Fry1 does back off. 4 towards B, leaving Fry1 alone towards the A site. Is just the call that's needed, having 4 players situated and hunkered down to deny any aggression here for EnVyUs. Is it going to work?
Flashbang goes over. Not really going to do too much though, just pop near VKL. More so just make their presence known as they set themselves up. They do have a lot of smoke, a lot of utility here. They can smoke over, force the CTs to bend once again as the skies will be set ablaze as the Molotovs rain over. Dancy somehow finds that kill though. Surely should have gone down there. Jackson VKL tried it back, but Aaron roaming around with the deagle is connecting big blows. It's not enough though. It's a 3 versus 1. Fry was the only man that stayed alive at this point, trapped on the A site. Has to try and push through the smokes as well, looking a little bit risky.
Towards Rock, spots one player, but now EnVyUs know exactly where he is. Molotov comes out towards Rock, going to force him out. Actually gets one, and now he knows where both the players are.
That was incredible. Molly goes in as well. Snods, it could force Pettyscale out of location.
No!
Kills him. The Molotov will send him off to the Burns ward. It's all up to Lambert right now. He has the ult to play with. Fry gets the tag. It's not quite the frag just yet. 2 flashbangs can pop them in the sky. Try and go for an audacious peek. Let's see if he can connect these shots. Realizes time's ticking away. Forces his hand. He has to do something instantly as he'll sprint in. But Lambert connects the shot. It's an 11-4 half.
Salvageable now for the French side. They need this second half pistol though. If they lose that, that could spell the end. On their CT side as well, if it goes 14-4, I don't really see a comeback in fruition for EnVyUs, but then again, if they win that second pistol, make it 11-7, and really lock down on their CT side, there definitely is an argument that they could take this one.
It's true. He is a bit of a risky one. That's the thing as well. It's hard to stress how important that opening pistol round really is for them because it's essentially their lives on the line. If they don't get that round, they could be knocked out immediately off the back of the opening 3 rounds that Infused will grab.
Definitely the best iteration of Infused we've seen. In terms of form as well, very surprising. Then again, this is what can happen when you have a team which Ezio alluded to on the desk where he spoke about FaZe and having all these all-star players not having a helm, right, an IGL or a captain, right? Then again, you think back to the old FaZe lineup which had, of course, AZ and whatnot, Kiyashima on that lineup where they didn't, before they had Karrigan. Quite similar. You have the firepower where they can win any best of 1. If you remember in tournaments they'll go 3-0 but they'll lose in best of 3s. The reason being is it's so hard to fall back on firepower when you do lack the tactics. The thing is right now for regulation season for Infused, these are all best of 1s. They can really work their magic with what they're given.
Well, Infused we bring to the table here on their T side though. Let's open them round. You can see the investments coming through. Heavy on armor. Zed the only one that's gone for utility.
Yeah, Zed has the smoke double flashbang, so they can flash platform and then go, but the problem is you don't really want to flash it, give away the signal.
Cool. Hajj holding the angle as they will try and push their way straight down towards him. He has to fall back towards the bomb site. They've got map control now as well. Taken down by Aaron. This is a horrendous way to try and kick off the round, but Jax retaliates hard and fast with the double kill coming through. There's VKL as well. Eliminates Fry. Aaron from the sideline still furthering the deadly damage that he can do. It's all up to Lambert in a 1 versus 2.
This is one of the issues on stage. It's quite hard to hear all the finer details. Lambert there, the silenced USP, nearly goes unnoticed, but I don't know exactly where Lambert is.
Flashbang goes over. That was the last utility that can really aid them in this scenario. Zed just has to play around Aaron, really try and work in his favor, trade for him if need be as this push is coming in. Lambert makes his presence known as he hammers down the trigger. They're just toying with him. Aaron gets the headshot. Another 4K for Aaron.
My goodness. A year ago, what, 9-10 months ago, people were arguing that he was the best player in the UK. Decided to turn down option of going fully professional to focus on his other career. His real career, you could say. But there you have it, he still has the magic. 21 kills for Aaron right now, and everyone else on his team sitting about 12 to 13 kills, so he's the one. He's the driving force, essentially, for Infused to take them over the essential finish line. Lambert going to jiggle peek out towards long, spots the bomb, spots the players, but still no rotation yet from the B side, just one player.
Slow stuff, though, as they group themselves up. Lambert just going for the little face here and then, bobbing and weaving, see if he can get info. Oh, the tag comes in, knocks him down to 57. Immediate smoke being popped. He actually didn't even get too much info from that as well, due to the sheer timing. Pagey comes through. VKL dispatches right, I think, through the smoke as well. That is brutal.
Fry one goes down. Resmoke as well comes out towards a long. Lambert close to smoke, hoping that someone pushes through it. The problem is, though, for Infused, there's no real reason to take that risk just yet. 1 minute left on the clock as he is waiting. Eventually going to get on a drop, trying to see if he can force rotation from A towards the B side. It's actually working very well, so suddenly we're in a scenario where there's only 2 players towards A instead of 4.
I think as well, Zed and the Lurk, always quite naughty, but it's going to be restructuring. I thought we would have seen them trying to take that late round drop down control after they rotated off.
Look how pushed up Hadji is as well. He has all the information on the B side. Eventually we should be seeing EnVyUs rotate back towards A, you'd hope.
Oh, Lambert with the timing. Spots them out, gets the info, but he goes down because of this. VKL as well, Deagle in hand, is already eliminated Fry in a beautiful fashion. Can he get any more? He's so blind and confused of this play, though. Eventually, when he gets his vision back, he lands a shot, takes down Zed. The frags are coming in from either side. It's a 1 versus 2 now for Dances with a UMP. Recovers the bomb, but he's got 10 seconds. He needs to get it down. The long-range firefight goes in the favor of EnVyUs. They win the upset round.
12 to 5, 7 rounds in the lead. 7 rounds in the lead still, though, for the boys in red. Aaron, they're the star player right now in this game. Above 20 kills already just after 17 rounds being played. 22 kills in 17 rounds, so... And the thing is as well, right? Pistol rounds, both pistol rounds, he's been incredible. And in these best of ones, the pistol rounds can easily be what sets the tone and announces the winner already. Anyway, though, round number 18, 12 to 5 here. EnVyUs picking up the AKs from the dead bodies and all the weaponry from the corpses of Infused. And actually, Infused going to go for the full eco here, which means they're going to have a buy into round number 19.
It's a nice nade, though, being lobbed out from PettyScale. Look at the amount of splash damage that did. 2 players essentially almost out of the game because of that.
Yeah. That nade doing collectively, what, 150, 180? But then again, the Deagle does 101 to the head.
Yeah, Aaron. Oh, beautiful stuff as Aaron just blows away everyone on the defense right now. An assertive entry coming out, but there's the response from PettyScale. Double or nothing right now. Aaron going to reload his hand cannon, ready for more, as he wants to punish him with these 50 caliber rounds. Let's see if he can land some more shots. Goes down to VKL. It's all on Mick. He's got a Glock in his hand. He's in close range. You don't imagine he'll achieve too much here. He should be taken out by VKL. Gives the game away as well as he taps off a few warning shots. He is dinking them down, but he eventually will fall.
I can hear typing right now in game, and I imagine what they're saying is, what HP is PettyScale on? Yeah. The reason being is he's dinked twice by the Glock, down to 20 HP, but somehow, some way, he pulls out the double kill. If he had gone down there, that would have been a 2 versus 4, and the site would have been infused. That would have been a massive upset round, all off the back of Aaron's individual skill. So, round number 19 now. Oh, actually, no, they're not going to go for the buy. They went for a double eco. Surprising, actually. This is something different than what we saw last week. Last week, they were forcing time and time again, but this time it seems like they've smartened up. They've realized how important it is to have full utility into these rounds if they want to win them. You cannot win purely just 5 AKs and Kevlars. You need the smokes, the flashes, and the Molotovs.
Let's see what they can do, though, when they're left with just this weak buy. CZ's on 3 players, one a P250, one a Deagle. They're going to be bursting their way out. VK always in a prime time angle. Their heads barely just go unnoticed, but Mick wasn't close to the wall, so he'll get eliminated here. Beautiful stuff, cleanly done. It's only Fry remaining. He's got a Deagle. He's landed headshots, though. Ferocious display from Fry.
Only
it wasn't
Fry
enough.
one, yeah. Woo-hoo, that's still something I'll be scared of at night. 12 to 7. 5 rounds separating these 2 teams. Zed, the captain, the IGL for the Infused side. You can see he's the one really feeling the pressure here. It's quite personal note, actually, being the IGL. When you lose, you're the one that actually takes all the stick for it personally. You feel like it's your fault you're lost. Hopefully for Infused they don't, after having such a big advantage. This was 11 to 0, now it's 12 to 7, Jack. So EnVyUs are picking up a pace and some momentum. In the last game we saw an 11 to 7 comeback from Endpoint. Could we be seeing another incredible game? Round number 20 though, it's going to be the AWP onto Lambert this time. Playing towards the A site. Typically the primary AWP plays towards A, but actually I felt like Infused opted to have the AWP more so towards B. Changes, different styles and different approaches to the game. Nevertheless though, Infused taking control of drop here. EnVyUs playing very passive, so if they give this up, they have to be scared of the splits.
Right, straight in though. He's keen for it. He's ready. Wants to try and take the fight as he has his teammates waiting behind him, eagerly getting ready to try and take this hit.
Smoke comes out towards Electric to delay the push from Infused. Dance is leading with the AWP. Smoke comes out towards platform as well. The minute left on the clock. Once the smoke fades, there's only going to be 45 seconds left, so Infused is going to be pretty much forced to go towards B. Another smoke comes out towards Electric, so just delaying the clock even further.
Jax waiting for the push to come his way. Flashbang goes over. We'll blind them for the meantime as he hammers down the trigger, gets one kill. That's Mick removed from the equation. Molotov in as well to slow them down. Everything's coming up EnVyUs right now. Aaron's the only one to get a frag. Zed as well chimes in with a molly. But nevertheless, it's just Zed and Dancy's remaining. This should be another round for EnVyUs unless Dancy's can go huge on the entry.
Oh, legs up VKL. Zed peeking with the AWP. You saw what happened there. Zed was low HP, Dancy was 100. They swapped the AWP for the AK. Obviously, the player of low HP wants the AWP. It's Bogdan's law, essentially. Reason being is it's one shot with the AWP to kill. Nevertheless, though, 12 to 8 now. Only 6 rounds between these two teams. At one point, it was 11. Infused now. The pressure is definitely starting to mount their shoulders. It's going to be the half quasi-buy, I guess. 2 sets of Kevlar onto the T side and some upgraded pistols, but aggression here towards B-Plat.
Oh, Haji with the entry there on towards Mick. Aaron, as per usual, firing down with a deagle. Will claim one. Jax will trade it back as it's a 3 versus 4 into this round as they will restructure their attack towards the A site. Obviously, you can't expect much if they get the bomb down. That's the ideal scenario, but really, that's unlikely.
Yeah. You want the bomb down for extra cash, extra utility, even an AWP as well. AWP Kevlar is what you want. 2 players towards A, 2 players towards B, and there you have it. A strong defense from EnVyUs being put up here from 11 to 4 half and losing the pistol as well. I thought that was over, right? You lose your CT side pistol. Infused, if they had taken the round versus the Force by the eco, this game should be over by now.
It's true, if they didn't get reset in the fashion they did, it would have been an entirely different game as the way it's gone. It's still very close though. Obviously, EnVyUs still not at 10 rounds just yet. The buys come back through. Dancy's wielding the AWP. You heard Zed talking about getting ready to go for the mid burst. Let's see what they're going to do.
They're going to be walking in through Dragon Lord towards middle. They're going to get spotted out by an AWP in case an AWP peek from Matrix, which is quite a typical angle to do. So they are now close middle. Zed with the bomb can flash them in if he needs to. But actually, do they expect Lambert to be holding the AWP angle from Connector? He hasn't done it just yet. He's been playing towards A-Long, and this time he's A-Long solo.
Molly goes through into Matrix as they attempt to just tiptoe ever so slightly into the unknown. There's no response as well. It's a very lax setup towards that A site. It's not. It's just a one man.
Boost towards middle. But look at this aggression from B-Plat here. EnVyUs have control of it. They know exactly what's going on. They know it's going to be the A here. Rotations have started to begin, but so is the attack here. Oh.
Lambert getting the first is going to be more of a warning shot as they now restructure. They're ready for this push to come in as well. The CTs are on the scene. They outnumber them as the push comes through. Let's see if they can try and trade this back. They need to get a kill quickly, and Lambert is still furthering this domination. Lambert goes huge into the round. Aaron will fall as well. It's only Zed that gets a frag. He's left in the 1 versus 4, and Haji will punish him.
This should be a pause here for Infused. They're running out of answers. What EnVyUs have been putting to the table. They're right though, like, Lambert's playing alone towards A.
Yep.
Ideally, if you went for an alley rush, try and corner him off alone. If you went for a fast mid-play, smoking off Matrix, and then flashing and executing the site from middle, smoke and door, you can smoke balcony from the mid-ramp, molly up backside, do the mollies, whatnot, smoke out as well towards wood. You can still get to the site and try to play it that way. The problem is, at that point, you're picking your poison, right? Do you try and go towards Jax and Lambert, or are you going towards Haji and VK and Peniscal, who've really been playing stellar towards drop and towards that B platform. EnVyUs not been scared as well in these rounds to go for aggression and take control of the map and get information in their court. You saw the push, the double push towards platform, allowed for a 3-man rotation towards A.
Yeah, it's true. It's a hard call. This is the thing as well. EnVyUs look like they've got sort of stuck in their own heads now with these last few rounds. They're able to get a couple of nice entries here and there. Even when they get into a scenario where they have a healthy economy, though, they're just making little mistakes now all of a sudden.
Train tracks for a train wreck, which is happening right now in front of our eyes from Infused.
It's gone off the rails a bit, hasn't it?
Has indeed, mate. Round number 23. Let's see if... Oh, this is quite wacky. Can we see how much money they put into this round? Keita, if you can press tab for me. Okay, they've fully forced into this one. This is surprising, Jack. Usually you would eco this one, 12-11. But instead they've taken their chances. 2 UMPs for Dances of Fry 1. 3 AKs as well for the remainder of the players. Flash goes out towards A-Long. Blind any AWP that's holding the angle, but instead they have smoked it. Boost coming out towards middle. Usually get 1 kill and you die. Let's see if you can get more than that towards the God spot.
Mick just waiting to try and go for this play right now. The support of his team. They need to be poised for this one though, Snods. Getting to the point now where they can't afford to be making these mistakes.
Lambert towards connector, and VKL boosted towards tree. Once that smoke fades, this EnVyUs starts being met with hell, essentially. Molotovs raining in. If MCK mollies out behind APC, then that should be good enough to try and get that kill on VKL and try and isolate the players.
Molotov goes in. Oh, he lands the tag. There's the kill from VKL as well. The prime time angle to just dispatch anyone from above. Beautifully done. Aaron will fall. Another round for EnVyUs.
Same scenario as last week. It feels like Infused just lose themselves.
Yeah.
11-0 on their CT side. They win the second pistol. This was 12-4. But on the T side, they're letting it slip. So, everything that Infused is calling, everything they're trying to do, isn't working. It's one of those scenarios where it feels like nothing goes your way. You're being shot through the smoke. You got 1 deep through the smoke as well in that round where they won with the pistols, the force spy from EnVyUs, sorry. Once again, the aggression towards B plat hit. And now Infused have to retake with the pistols.
Molotov goes down here from Jax. Early face as he will be slowly falling back. They're just waiting for this push to come towards them. The T's looking eager now as they'll dive down. Fry gets the entry. There's the response from Haji, but Aaron actually overpowers Jax. They can grab these weapons as well. They turn on Haji. Aaron is the entry man right now as he's finding all of these frags. Zed as well switches out to the Deagle. Takes down one. It's a 1 versus 1 fight now. Fry up against Lambert. Fry is armed with the AK. He's got a great angle. Gets the headshot. They finally get that round they needed.
Fry doesn't lose those ones. 13-11 now. 1 player staying alive. If EnVyUs win this round here, Jack, I know I said this a lot, but I'm trying to set up the future here. EnVyUs win this. Money reset for Infused. They're going to be forced into a weak force buy. It goes 12-13. The force buy happens. 13-13. Infused forced onto an eco. And suddenly, 14-13 could be the scoreline here if EnVyUs claim this round. This is the one that could definitely be the game changer here. Pivots the eventual outcome. But then again, Infused, they have to try and chain these 2 rounds together.
Oh, my through the smoke. Jax with a spam connects the headshot towards Mick. That's not the way you want that opener to go.
It's that feeling where nothing goes your way. That's 2 kills now through the smokes in 2 pivotal rounds.
Yeah, it's a bit horrendous. They push straight in as well. Jax is still unloading, but he can't find the shots. This goes in favor of the T's now. VKL on the site had to get the second shot off Snods, unable to do so.
Look at the aggression here, though. Look at this from Petisco. Finds 1. The bomb is down. There's still a minute left on the clock, though, so it's not really forced them into anything. Bad Aaron is low. There's a smoke, so they can re-smoke the cross, and the cross back towards the site, get the bomb down. Probably have to be so scared about Petisco right now.
Oh, Fry with a peek up. Knows the location of Petisco, connects the headshot. It's him and Aaron remaining. The 2 members you'd want in this scenario for Infused. Ooh. Lambert comes in, smoke through as well. They're trying to go for the counter boost play, but they're messing it up ever so slightly. They eventually can try and go for it. They want to get on top of Tree. He's up there. Lambert, unsure of what angle to focus on. Predominantly the peak comes round for Fry. That's the 14th round secured.
Lambert was expecting that play. The problem was It's a blessing in disguise. They took so long to get on the boost that it got past the point where Lambert thought they could be there.
Yeah.
14 to 11. Money looking slim for EnVyUs if they lose this one. So it should be 16 to 11 if they win it. Sometimes you'll see money in the bank still for EnVyUs, where even if Infused win this one, there's still a chance, right? The fact that the money is so low right now for EnVyUs means the chance of a comeback, if it does go to match point for Infused, is unlikely. Anyway, they're around number 26. Orb once again onto Lambert. This time they're playing 2 towards A. And finally we're seeing some confidence on the T side.
Aaron looking to see if he can find the entries here as he's just hammered around the trigger. Lambert will get one as well as he eliminates Zed. Begins to fall back now as they get into a primetime angle. Aaron also falls. Every time Infused seem to be setting themselves up for success, it slips away. They are grouped up as a wolf pack though, the 3 remaining members, 2 AKs and the AWP on Dances.
3 remaining players here from Infused towards this A side. Going up, Matrix. Dances finds one towards the A side. That's a nice shot there.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, please.
This is incredibly risky. He is going to peek into him, gets the contact shot off. There's one, but there's the trade back from Dances. He's got to do so much into the round now. It's quite vitally riding on him.
Pedesco rotates in towards default. It's highly unlikely to run out. Then Infused know he's there. Molotov comes out towards balcony. Flash comes out. He's going to peek with it, finds one, and now they know exactly where they are and where the bomb is as well.
Zed has to try and win it on his lonesome. Wasn't ready for the peak. Another round for EnVyUs.
14 to 12. What is the money going to be like? You heard it there from the horse's mouth. What's Infused buy going to be looking like? Pause comes in. Well-timed one of that as well. Obviously, you really want to take your time to think over what money you have left and how you're going to allocate, allocate your resources, essentially.
Yeah, to assert yourself a little bit better, have yourself set up as these rounds will develop.
Try and take matrix control so you keep them at A. Please don't die.
You see a lack of utility though because of the cash.
This is what I mean. You buy your AK Kevlar, you have no nades, and this is what I mean. If he has a UMP there, he can smoke off Matrix, he can smoke out middle, flash into mid, take control of Matrix, force the CTs back, and suddenly you can sell a fake towards the A side. You can smoke out connector, flash over, fake A and go B. But the problem is, again, we're seeing a scenario where Infused on the T side, they favor the firepower, they favor the AKs over the utility.
You see, the energy's still there though. Still focused. They want to try and lock this one down as we're going to be diving back into the action Infused. It'll be interesting to see what the full buy looks like for them right now as well, because the cash they had. Oh, it's not great, Snuds.
It's pretty good though. Oh, wait, I was looking at the wrong team. Yeah, it's pretty bad. P250 there for Zed. CZ onto MCK. Orb for Dances. So, they have a firepower on a few players. Those few players have to go big. Let's see, aggression here towards B platform from Dances. No one towards A right now from the side of Infused. They're going to be lacking presence towards the A side, but thankfully though for Dances, there's going to be no orb towards B, which means he can go for a contact play if he wants to, and only be met by a rifle, where he would have the advantage. But instead he's just holding. 4 players towards B from EnVyUs. It's a good read so far from Lambert.
Molotovs are going to be thrown out all over the place right now to attempt to slow him down. Flashbang gets popped as well, but there's the early kills going the way of EnVyUs as Pettisco and Hadji go big into the round. It's all on Dances and Fry now to try and claw this one back from the jaws of defeat. They're struggling to connect the shots. Fry in close range, gets the opening kill, pulls back round. Fry, the second, he's doing the unthinkable. Fry rips his way for everyone. Surely not like this, Fry! So calm and collective, he doesn't give a damn that he's just made an incredible play.
What on earth was that from Fry 1? A massive 1 versus 3 on red HP as well. It was so low, one shot. You can see Hadji there laughing it off. He knows it's probably never going to happen to them again. And Fry 1 just simply looks like a Tuesday for him, like it's another day in the office. Pause is going to come out. Do you know what? I reckon they've paused it.
Just reset.
Because
it's
they're
all
screaming, they're
calm.
shouting, they're slamming the desk. Neil M can't even believe it. It's head in his hands.
Chill, no one die across the map, and then as soon as they've used their smokes at drop, and we should get 3 out of drop down. You know what we could do actually? We could do the B smokes and then do the drop thing.
So
the drop thing.
The drop thing, yes, exactly. What some teams do though, Jack, is so what happens on your CT side is execution comes towards B, and suddenly the drop player's attention is focused towards B. So what some teams do is they execute B and they run drop, and suddenly it's free, it's open, and from there they can split A, they can split B. But let's see if this is going to be enough to catch Lambert and Co off guard.
I don't have a gun. gun.
Oh dear, Zed.
He's lost his gun. It's all gone wrong.
He's lost his marbles as well.
His hands are a bit buttery. But
Do you know what?
I'm going to make presents towards A.
If you remember the one win, one of the wins we had in Premier
yeah, mate.
versus Flipside, there was a round where Imi didn't have a gun. He had a Glock, right?
Right.
And he goes, Max, you're better than me. Drop me, I'll drop you my AK. Oh, it's vice versa, I think. Max didn't have it. But
Right.
moral of the story is, Captain took the hit. And right now, Zed's doing the exact same. Has no weapon, but then again...
You got to arm Mick, though.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. You want that rifle in Fry's hands, in Mick's hands, over yourself. So Zed does what it takes to win.
It's very true. Obviously, EnVyUs right now seems to have a bit of a technical issue as they want to get that sorted out.
Still waiting, though, of course. Zed, on your screen, is the Argentine captain for the hometown team. The UK side right now at match point 15-12. 3 away from closing this one out.
Yeah. 1 round away as well, obviously, from Infused. A huge feat for them to have. This is
Oh, yeah, they have 3 chances of me to close this one out, as well, I was supposed to say.
It's a pretty good situation for them to be in. Obviously, they've got confidence as well. That was a massive play that won them that round. So,
and the thing is, I feel like that actually helps Infused more than it does EnVyUs. The reason being is you have that crazy round, right? Everyone's so hyped, everyone's shaking. You have this, 2 or 3 minutes just to take a breather, calm down, and for the side of EnVyUs, that round's still on their mind.
Well, this replay here as well from the fateful last round.
It's a 1v4.
Yeah, it was an incredible display. The fact it was so close, he was left in a 1 versus 4 from the opener. The spray for the final frag as well against Lambert there is just ludicrous.
I know, he's 10 HP, he's 1 shot there from the pistol from Lambert, but somehow he whiffed it.
It's not a situation you see being won.
The thing is as well, right? They have no money. That goes 14-13. That go, well, Eco from Infused to 14-14. And in terms of the second half performance, you're favoring EnVyUs. That play, that 1 versus 4 from Fry 1 is probably going to be what puts them over the edge here. Then again, I don't want to call it lucky, but they've won both pistols. They've had a 1 versus 4 from Fry 1. They had an 11-0 advantage. And it still looks like it's not going to be enough to close out the game. What more do they need?
It's true. They just need to try and keep these energy levels high, work their way through, lock this down with really just bring everything they've got to the table. They've shown throughout this matchup they can win awkward situations that are not in their favor. And now they've finally got the chance to at least have that secured overtime. They just need to play their best CS.
Their best CS at that. Fry 1. Have the 1 versus 4. The question is, how is EnVyUs going to be after that play?
Yeah, it's true. Close stuff. All sorts of incredible things have been going down. But for the meantime, let's head back over to the boys on the desk and see what they were thinking.
The game is live. There we go. Sorry, I've got 2 monitors. Here it is. 1 minute, 40 on the clock. Potentially the final round to Infused at 15. Look at the buy as well. 3 pistols, 1 M4 for Hadji, and an MP9 for Jax. This should be all she wrote for EnVyUs.
That is a weak buy. That is not good. Let's see if they can do anything. If they can muster up any kind of plays with these measly weapons, as this push is going to be coming in. Fry, seeming like he wants to gain control towards drop down. He's got a bit of an entourage with him as well, and he's ready to lay down the law.
That smoke goes deep, but not really deep enough. You can see the boost is going to come in, but Fry one's in front of the smoke, and there you have it. Oh!
Oh, very nearly. They've gone for the spam, forced him back. Hadji cannot go for his cheeky little play that he was hoping to run into the round. They have to fall back immediately, but they've got some info from that at the very least.
Still the 5 versus 5, and this game is tense here. EnVyUs 3 away from claiming OT, and in OT, who knows, it's anyone's game. Jack's close to smoke. When that smoke fades, though, is he going to be exposed?
Flashbangs go in, they're going to burst their way up. Let's see if they can pick up the victory tonight as they charge their way in towards the site, hoping to frighten the opposition. They're trapped in these close angles. You can see Hadji wasn't quite sure where to focus towards. He'll get obliterated. Everyone goes down. It's going to be a clean sweep for Infused. It's all on Lambert. Strikes with the 5-7, gets one, switches out to the AK now. But it's got to be a 1 versus 4 retake with 2 flashbangs to aid him, Snods.
As no kill as well, the bomb is ticking away. Chances dwindling. As every second pass, isolates the first player, but doesn't land the headshot. That's pretty much dead and gone. It's going to be 16-12 here as Lambert gets flushed off the angle. They're going to peek him eventually, and down he goes. Not yet, actually. Does get one more. Still flustered as the players surrounding him all angles, and there you have it, 16-12 as they close it out, and Neil M is going mental.
Absolutely loves it. The beam machine popping off. Everyone is enjoying it. They're feeling the hype. The Red Army get their first victory of the season against Team Infused. Not the team I think they'd actually be going up against. Sorry, Team Infused. Yeah, not the result you'd expect.
And this is crucial as well. When you think about the rest of the season, okay, you've got your 1 point versus Endpoint,
yeah.
A team you could argue to be in the top 4. You've now got a big win, an upset win at that, versus Infused Academy, another team you expected to be in the top 4. Now when they play versus your Reasons, potentially your Prophecies, I don't want to say anything too harsh here, but quote-unquote weaker teams potentially, if they get those wins there, they could definitely be having a very good start into the season.
Yeah, crazy stuff. There was a lot of hype for that final round, so let's throw over to the boys once again on the desk.